Welcome to the 2021 Hot Wheels Legends North American semifinals. That's right, because we have North American and we have international. So we're going to decide who is moving on and progressing eventually to that grand finale in November. I'm Jared D'Andria. I've had the pleasure of announcing many different races, events, and of course, Hot Wheels Legends. So thank you for joining us here at the Garage of Legends. I'm going to bring in my co-host. She's doing triple duty because she's a co-host, she's a judge, she makes awesome content, she's a race car driver, and at this point, I'm going to bring in Colette Davis. Colette, how's it going? And I mean, excited to be here, right? Whittling it down to who is eventually going to be immortalized as a 164th Hot Wheels diecast.
Yes, what is up, everyone? I'm very excited to be holding it down tonight with Jared. And this year, the Hot Wheels Legends Tour is on an international hunt for the next fan-made custom Hot Wheels diecast car, sourced from thousands of custom car entries.
Yeah, I mean, we've already seen some winners of previous years, and we'll get into that. But we're expanding to new countries and continents, featuring countries from all around the world throughout our international tour. This is the North American semifinals of the 2021 Hot Wheels Legends Tour, presented by Mobil 1. Special thanks to our media partner, CarCast. We'll introduce them here in a little bit. And of course, thank you to Mobil 1.
All right, so you guys submitted thousands of cars from all over the United States and Canada in 8 different stops. Now, after careful consideration, both on live stream and in-person events, our judges selected 8 cars that you'll see tonight. Along with the 8 cars our judges selected, we also are featuring the Mobil 1 fan favorite champion that you guys, the fans, selected from the Hot Wheels Instagram stories.
Yeah, that's right. So we're going to be featuring 9 cars in total, those 8 selected by our panelists, and you, the fans, got involved, right? That Mobil 1 fan favorite, we saw that on Instagram. So only 5 vehicles will move on to the grand finale in November. So keep that in mind. The finalists from this round will join the other finalists from around the world in the grand finale in November to have their car immortalized as an iconic Hot Wheels diecast. So here's how the show is going to break down here at the Garage of Legends. We're going to talk about our previous winners, not only this year, but also previous years that have been immortalized. We're going to meet the judges, the judging criteria. We'll get into that. Featured submissions 1 through 3. We'll talk about the Hot Wheels collections. And remember, we're going to be giving out some cars, so stay tuned. Featured submissions 4 through 6. A look into the Garage of Legends. Featured submissions 7 through 9. Legends Tour finalists recap, see what vehicles we've seen. Our diecast giveaway. And then finally, we're going to see our US and Canada finalists announced. So again, don't go anywhere. If you haven't seen it already on Instagram, Mobil 1 has a giveaway. So our friends at Mobil 1 are giving you a chance to win a Chevy Silverado 1500 Custom Trail Boss. That's right. We're not talking about diecast, not 164th. We're talking 1-to-1. We mean a full-size truck. How are you going to win? Well, text WIN to 73876 or click the link in the chat to enter your info. No purchase necessary. Head to legendstoursweeps.com now. So head on over there and you could win, courtesy of Mobil 1, a Chevy Silverado Trail Boss 1500. All right, before we meet our judges, let's dive into our previous winners, some Legends history, and who have had their vehicles immortalized into the Hot Wheels Garage of Legends. So let's take a look. It all kicked off in 2018, right? As we saw people's faces, we saw the blood, sweat, tears, paint, carbon fiber, all the metal. And in 2018, the first ever winner was Luis Rodriguez. Luis Rodriguez with his 2-Jet Z. I'll give you one guess of what engine is housed underneath this open wheel hot rod. There it is. Look at that, the 164. Super cool. Congratulations to Luis. In 2019, this 57 Nash Metropolitan, you can see the big oversized white wall tires, the Dice intake manifold. Greg Salzillo. It was a family affair, a really cool vehicle. Then in 2020, had to get creative, right? We went digital, we went online. I had the pleasure of announcing that. All culminated at Jay Leno's Garage, where this stunning 1970 Pontiac Trans Am of Riley Stair gets the win. And man, that was an awesome event. Now, let's see the semifinals. They'll be competing today for the grand finale in November. This 1968 Mercedes-Benz 250S. Kind of has a gasser style. It's kind of a rat rod. It's kind of chopped up. And then the Dub Magazine finalists, the 2020 Lulu. This is a one-off vehicle built and developed by an older gentleman that has put it in his retirement hours. Finally, the 1969 Daytona Charger Superbird. You can see mismatching panels and that signature Superbird wing. Then we went to Miami. We had a physical event. Our Miami winner, 1929 Model A. On the ground, definitely says Hot Wheels. It screams Hot Wheels. Then we went to Detroit Motor City, Rock City. And get this, we're in Detroit, the home of All-American Muscle. And an Opel, a 1975 Opel Manta gets the overall win. It's all about the juxtaposition, right? You see the bow ties, you see the Fords, you see all the different vehicles, but an Opel ends up winning. Then we went digital once again with Speed Society, and this tubed out, I mean, it's kind of hard to explain what this thing is. It looks more trophy truck than it does street car with the open chassis there, but this 2003 Nissan 350Z gets the win. In Houston, another physical event, this 2006 So Sick C6 Corvette. The lines, the striking looks, again, kind of the Sponsor Me White shows and showcases all the lines of that vehicle. Then our round 8 winner at Hot Wheels headquarters in El Segundo, what they call the Glass House. This thing screams Southern California. Lowrider, the paint, the unique body lines, it's on the ground, wire wheels. Congratulations. Then our Mobil 1 fan favorite champion, you got to choose your overall fan favorite and this vehicle, the Baja 911, the 91 Porsche, purpose built. I mean, this thing says it wants to be driven, and it can be. It can be taken out to the desert and absolutely thrashed on. So awesome vehicles there. Wet the whistle here. So thank you guys and gals for joining us. You've seen the vehicles, what's up for stakes, and now let's meet our judges. And we talked about our media partner, CarCast. This gentleman is a host and he's a curator. He has a bevy of vehicles, and it's great to have him here. And I'm seeing here, holds a Guinness Book of World Records for most downloaded podcast. Mr. Adam Carolla, come on. Really? Is that true? Is that fact?
It is documented by the good folks at Guinness, who you have to fly them out from old London town to come here to actually do it. So you got to buy them a plane ticket and a hotel, but they will certify you.
How much of a role did Hot Wheels play in your young life? Like, Hot Wheels is a brand. Did that play a major role in your affinity for vehicles and cars?
I was a big time Hot Wheel guy. I had the Hot wheel-shaped carrying case, and I used to love the track to not only race the cars but occasionally beat my sister.
I think I mean, I had an older brother, so I was the one that got kind of the lashings from the tracks. Great weapons, all fun and games, but obviously great tracks. Well, thank you for joining us, Mr. Carolla, Adam Carolla in the building, representing CarCast, and his trusty sidekick as well, Matt D'Andria. Matt currently co-hosts 3 automotive podcasts: CarCast with Adam Carolla every Friday, CarCast with Goldberg and the Moderator every Wednesday, and Shift and Steer every Tuesday. You're a busy man. I'm sorry to take you from doing another podcast right now, Matt, but how stoked are you to be here?
This is actually fantastic, and looking at the lineup of cars that have already won their areas all around the country and around the world, this is going to be a pretty incredible lineup.
Yeah, it's cool to see these vehicles, and then because sometimes, you know, Hot Wheels as a brand has made the 164th diecast into larger vehicles, so we're kind of going the opposite way of the Willy Wonka, Mike TV, shrinking them down or blowing them up. So absolutely awesome to have Adam and Matt, and of course CarCast. Moving on to our Hot Wheels designers. Now, this gentleman is a designer who's worked with Mattel since 2007, currently serving as a senior project designer and lead as key designer for Hot Wheels tracks and playsets. So Adam, thank you to this gentleman for creating those weapons of fun times, good times. All joking aside, we bring in Mr. Kevin Cow. Kevin, thanks for joining us, man.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure to be here.
And, you know, designing the tracks, that's a big responsibility. Is anything behind you? Did you work on, like, the kind of transport or anything like that, or anything that people would know?
So all these are the renderings. These are a couple of the diecast cars I've done in the past. This is the latest hauler that's not out yet, so you get a sneak peek on camera live right now. It'll be out next year.
Wow, look at you just dropping some heat. Look at that, guys. Everybody's taking spy photos right now. Kevin, I think legally, you know what? Yep, you just got fired for letting that out. I'm joking.
Probably.
I'm
probably
joking.
did.
Kevin, thank you for joining us. All right, and next, moving on to our next designer, and he is kind of a bit of a greenhorn here, but definitely an accomplished designer, and he started here in 2020. Prior to working at Mattel, Fisher was a designer for the Piaggio Group on a part-time basis, visual development at DreamWorks, doing work for Fast and Furious Spy Racers TV series. He's a gearhead, Mr. Sonny Fisher. Sonny, how we doing?
Hey, very good. Hello, everyone, and yeah, thanks, Jared. It's really good to be on here. Really good lineup.
Yeah, right, the vehicles and all that. So am I correct in calling you a gearhead?
Yeah. I never raced road cars, but I was always into all kinds of cars. I grew up around all kinds of machines, motorcycles, spent time in tractors and helicopters and all sorts of things. So I just love designing all things machine.
And I'm really trying to dissect your basically your accent there. What is that? What is that kind of amalgamation you got going on there?
Okay, yeah. So I was born and raised in Africa to what is mostly a British family, and now I live in California. So my life has been quite an adventure so far.
Yeah, and so I say all that because it's kind of like, we kind of have a lot of American vibes here, but with your with your British background and Africa, and I think I'm interested to see which vehicles you kind of are favoring here today. But thank you for joining us, Sonny.
Pleasure.
All right. So as our fans know, and during our each virtual legend drop, we have limited edition Hot Wheels that disappear fast. So you're going to want to head over right now to hotwheels.com/Legends Tour Truck. We have a special drop for you, and you can choose from 3 bundles. So go ahead and head on over to hotwheels.com/Legends Tour Truck, and you can choose from 3 bundles: the '83 Chevy Silverado diecast and a rad Legends Tour bandana, plus one of the 2 exclusive Hot Wheels Legends Tour t-shirts or exclusive hat and a keychain. Don't miss your chance. Again, go over there immediately because, as you know, they sell out. And if you miss your chance to swipe one of the limited drops, don't worry. Colette will be giving away 2 more of them throughout the show, so stay tuned for another chance to win and own one of these hard-to-get '83 Silverado diecasts. And there it is right there. So this thing, absolutely awesome. Great deco, as they call it, in the 164th world. So again, later in the show, it's Hot Wheels like you've never seen it before. The launch of Hot Wheels NFT. That's right, the NFT Nation is going in on Hot Wheels. Series 1 is the newest way to take home valuable and rare digital artwork from Hot Wheels. These NFTs are pure Hot Wheels, developed by the same team behind iconic Hot Wheels diecast. So stay tuned as we will go in detail about these environmentally friendly NFTs and how you could purchase your very own collectible set. So Hot Wheels NFT. All right, let's talk about the judging criteria. Our judges, how they're scrutinizing, what they're looking at. All in all, we have 3 main criteria. That's authenticity, creativity, and garage spirit. So authenticity, that's basically, you see a car and you say, that's a Hot Wheel. Like, let's just shrink that thing down. I want to own that vehicle. Maybe a little too expensive for my blood, but if I can own it 1/64th, that vehicle, that is authenticity. Now, Kevin, I'd like to lean on you and Sonny, but I'm gonna throw it to Kevin first. What are you looking for, or what does creativity mean to you as far as a criteria that you guys are judging?
Thanks, Jared. Yeah, for creativity, the Hot Wheels brand, we've been doing over, 20, maybe 25,000 different silhouettes and styles over the years. So we're definitely looking for, the owners to have, what's that bespoke detail, and with the unique silhouette they can put on their rides to make it stand out in the crowd. So that's kind of the stuff we're looking at when we're judging these vehicles.
Yeah, exactly, right. And yeah, I mean, kind of everybody had their dream vehicle poster on their wall or something like that, right? So that kind of all adds to it. Could this be on a poster? Could it be a diecast? And then finally, garage spirit. Garage spirit for you, Sonny. What does that mean?
Okay, so we're looking for a certain kind of story with how these cars are built. We don't really want to see a scenario where like somebody buys a new car and takes it to a company and has them rebuild it for them and paint it for them. And, we'd rather see a story where it's blood, sweat, and tears type of thing. Did the frame or the chassis get dragged out of a ditch, and then an engine was taken from one car, and then, a hood and, the doors off another car, and, maybe a wrench was thrown across the room a few times and the builder swore at that car, then that's garage spirit.
Yeah, I like it. And also, there's sometimes great stories where, unfortunately somebody passes away and they continue that project, or it's named after them. It's kind of like an homage vehicle, right? So it's awesome. So garage spirit. There it is. Authenticity, creativity, garage spirit. Are you guys and gal ready to get into this? Adam, Matt, Kevin,
yeah.
Sonny,
Yeah.
Colette.
Oh, yeah.
Again, don't envy you guys. Remember, only 9 vehicles, 5 vehicles move on. 4 will be watching from the sideline. Again, they'll join the 5 other international winners at the grand finale in November. All right, without further ado, let's jump into the first vehicle, which is very unique. Again, kind of has a gasser style to it. This is a 1968 Mercedes-Benz 250S. You can see kind of, the white walls on the back, has those gasser headers going out there. Don't know what's in the barrel up front, but high class, get it, tongue-in-cheek, high vehicle. Adam, I'm gonna go to you right out of the gate. Like, love, loathe, what is going through your mind when you see this 68 Mercedes-Benz 250S?
Well, my grandmother had a 68 Mercedes-Benz, and it looked nothing like this one, although I wish it did. Maybe I would have been a little more popular in junior high. I love the creativity of this. I mean, gassers in general are sort of insane, and we've all seen Willys gassers and 55 Chevys and stuff like that. I don't think I've ever seen a Mercedes gasser. So just the fact that you're taking gasser and Mercedes and putting it together, and it's got the pony keg up front, I like this car a lot.
It's unique, right? It screams Hot Wheels. It's like the designer's job is already done. You look at this, shrink it down, it's ready to go, and you see this on a peg, you'd be like, all right, I want that, right?
Yeah, I don't know if it would stay on a track because it's got a high center of gravity, but maybe as long as you're going in a quarter mile or maybe 1,000 feet, I guess it'd be a fun ride.
Yeah, or sketchy at the same time. But again, we're not taking this thing out in the track. Well, thank you, Adam. I'm going to throw it over to a designer, Kevin. What do you think about this? Does this say Hot Wheels? And like I said, kind of this is what we're looking for. Your work is already done. I mean, from the deco, It's pretty simple, but it's awesome. It's got a lot going on.
Oh yeah, we'll put a little jump at the end of the track, so just go straight and over some hoops. That'd be cool. I think the design is awesome. It actually has a really great backstory to it. Unfortunately, the builder lost a friend during the build, so it's a great, warm, heartwarming story of how it came to be, which is really nice. The details are absolutely awesome on this car. Like making a four-door sedan into a gasser, it's something that you don't normally think about, but I think the execution is really nice on this one.
Yeah, it ticks all the boxes: authenticity, creativity, and as you said, Kevin, unfortunately lost their friend during this, but that adds to the garage spirit, Sonny, and that's what you were talking about as well, right? I mean, overall, that bleeds into and kind of pulls in your heartstrings. So you little bonus points there for the story, right, Sonny?
Yeah, absolutely. It's sentimental, really sentimental story. Yeah, I like this one. Love how it's got the white header pipes in there that you can see through the wheel wells. Just little subtleties like that. Yeah, odd car to see as a gasser, but that's why it's cool.
Yeah, exactly. The whole juxtaposition. And honestly, I like the deco where even the white lettering is kind of fading, and even the peeling clear coat. And Matt, we know that clear coat definitely peels off of those Mercedes, right?
They absolutely do, especially around here in Southern California. It seems like every one of them that we see is peeling paint on it. So This car is cool. Some of the standout features for me, of course, it being a gasser with the pizza cutters up front, but then the big tires in the rear go with the white wall, like a cool idea to bring that Mercedes into the sort of the look of the wheels as well. And then it's a real supercharged engine, which is fun as well. So this thing's got to be making some power.
And I'm seeing Colorado plates. It's snowing there. High class. Oh, absolutely awesome. Colette, I'm not going to go to you on this one because you're going to start us off with our next vehicle. But, you can kind of bleed into it. So let's move on to our next vehicle. High class, absolutely awesome. But our next vehicle, the 2020 Lulu. Now, this one, our Dub Media Stop. It looks like a sideways wing. I mean, from an arrow point, don't you think it should go the other way and then this thing could take off? But I know this was a long project for a retired gentleman, and he put his, again, blood, sweat, and tears. We're going to use that word a lot, but never seen anything like this. Colette, I know you're a racer at heart, and you're looking at this thing and probably saying, give me the keys, let's go rip this thing around a track. But what do you think of the Lulu, Colette?
Absolutely. I mean, this car is the definition of garage spirit. I think the owner was talking about how everything has been engineered from the ground up, and he himself would drive it, break it, re-engineer it, fix it, go at it again. So it was a long process for him of trial and error to get to what we are looking at today. I think the finish of it is really unique. I love so many things about it, but I also am really big on aesthetics, and for me, Hot Wheels screams a little more louder. So I don't know if all the craziness would be as emphasized in diecast scale. So I really, really do love this one. I think it was definitely in my top during the round that this was in. But should it be number one? I don't know. But hats off to the owner who went through everything to get this to where it's at now. It's fully driving and street legal too, which is really impressive.
Yeah, you bring up a great point about the application of shrinking that thing down. Will everything transfer on this 1-to-1 scale down to 1/64? There's tubes, there's chrome. So Kevin, logistically, how does this match up? Can it be done? I know everything could be done, but at what cost? Right?
Yeah, anything could be done. Everything could be done. I think Colette brings up a good point. Like if you shrink it down to a palm-sized scale, do you lose a lot of details? And sometimes you do. And do we get to see the level of detail that the real car has? The rear engine details and the engineering behind it. Like it could get lost at a smaller scale, but the thought and the craftsmanship that the person spent on this, it's incredible. It's amazing. And the fact that there is nothing out there alike, definitely brings a top of my list for sure.
I mean, the cantilever suspension in the rear. Adam, you're looking at this thing. Are you scratching your head? Are you intrigued? What's going through your head?
Well, I mean, this is probably one of our only totally bespoke cars, right? I mean, everything else started life as something, right?
Yeah.
This started life in an aircraft supply shop. I mean, this is crazy. I know we're always enthralled, but this guy's wife's got to be pissed off, right? They were supposed to go to Florida and retire, and he spent 16 hours a day in the garage for the last 4 years. But yeah, look, it's totally creative. It definitely gets high points for creative, but aesthetically, I agree. I don't know how it would be shrunk down and fully appreciated.
Yeah, Matt, what do you think? You're the other half there of CarCast. What are you thinking?
Well, I agree with you guys on shrinking it down because you're going to miss some of the details, like you said, the cantilever suspension. But still thinking about how much he put into this car, not just in the time to build it, but in the time of testing it. When you go and you hear about his story, he drove and broke this thing about as many times as he spent assembling it. And there's some interesting things as he put it together. He designed all of these pieces and then had to go to a friend's shop and hit the water jet and make everything basically from scratch. So a lot of creativity, probably the winner when it comes to garage build, but not sure it's going to be the number one pick for a Hot Wheels car.
All right. Well, all great insight. Again, we have to scrutinize. We're not trying to hurt feelings, but there can be only 5 here today, and there could be only 1 overall in 2021. Again, a round of applause for everybody that's even entered throughout the whole year, and of course, the 9 that are here in the building or, obviously the digital and world that we are going. All right, the third entry here, moving on to, I love this car. I think it's absolutely awesome. I like how it's kind of clapped out. It looks like it's ready to be shredded. Scrap-Tona. So this is a 1969 Daytona Charger Superbird, that signature wing. But I love like the big, huge wheels. It has kind of a retro look. The louvers on the side, the wide body, the Superbird. Sonny, I'm going to go to you because we talk about, your background, being African, being, all of these different backgrounds of you. I feel like, is this a Sonny Fisher car?
Hey, we never saw anything like this in Africa because it would probably just get stuck. But I love how raw this thing is. And if anybody ever gets a chance to you can look up videos on YouTube of this thing where he drives it, and what you can't see from here is how gutted that thing is. Like it's just a shell. And like he just has like a seat inside there and nothing else, just a differential and an engine and mechanics. It's so raw.
And I think that's what we all love about it because, if you're car guys, car gal, you want it to drive, you want it to roll, you want it to do burnouts, you want it to sound mean, not just be a paperweight. So look, step inside. Oh, look at the accoutrements here. Look what we have here. Adam, looking at this vehicle, the Scrap-Tona, the Superbird, this thing, like Sonny said, it can be seen ripping around Georgia. What are you thinking?
Very Joe Dirt-esque. I love the juxtaposition from the old school NASCAR wheel with the big pad in the center and then the digital minimalist dash readout there, the lightning holes in the side. I've never seen anything like this. I really think it's one of the most interesting American cars I've seen in a long time. And yeah, I agree. The rims, the oversized rims with the big deep dish, sort of old school meets more modern style, and the 5 wide lugs on there, like the 5 wide pattern on the lugs. It's really a cool piece.
Yeah, it's an absolute melting pot of vehicles and engineering and what I mean, Colette. What do you think of this vehicle? We've been on this journey for a while, and I think we both absolutely loved this vehicle when it was in the actual round of the Road and Track was our media then. What do you think?
This has been one of my favorites, and it still is. I mean, like Adam said, I don't think we've ever seen anything like this before. And to me, it's crazy that it stands out so much amongst a group of cars that is so manicured, and well put together. And I find myself going back to this one, wanting to see more. The garage spirit is there as well, next to the originality. Like, this dude rips this car. Okay, it has power, it performs. There's videos of him ripping down the highway, so street legal in the rain. Like, he's just sending it everywhere. It makes me smile. It's so fun. And this is definitely one of my favorites for sure. I mean, I look at it and I think Hot Wheels immediately. Like, it looks like it should be a character in a Cars movie.
Right.
It's its own identity. So definitely a favorite for me.
Yeah, it's a mix of Mater and another outcast. It's the Joe Dirt car that shows up. He's like, hey, y'all want to race? Like, I got mismatching panels, but I'm ready to throw down. And the Superbird, as it is, if it's nice and clean, absolute 100-point restoration, is an exaggerated, cartoony-looking car. But you throw a wide body on there and you throw this crazy deco, I think it could be really cool. And again, just really enticing for fans that would love to own this car. But there's only one of these in the world, and then there could be thousands, hundreds of thousands across the globe. So an absolute testimonial to authenticity, creativity, and garage spirit. So we've seen 3 vehicles, and of course our judges have as well. So our 5 judges are 4 gentlemen and 1 gal, and my co-host here. But again, if you want to pick up some Hot Wheels, make sure you go to the Legends Tour Truck at hotwheels.com/Legends Tour Truck. And you could win a bundle, and also you could purchase your 83 Chevy Silverado diecast right there. Great looking livery. So again, go to hotwheels.com/Legends Tour Truck. You got bundles there. You got things going on, bandanas, hats and keychains, t-shirts, many different items, all celebrating this. That is the Hot Wheels Legends Tour. All right, and of course, it wouldn't be the Hot Wheels Legends Tour without Walmart, our partners since the beginning of the Legends Tour. If you're watching this from the U.S., head to walmart.com/Hot Wheels for exclusive and special edition Hot Wheels diecast, plus special products from our sponsors. And for our friends watching in Canada, head to walmart.ca/Hot Wheels for legendary deals. All right, so again, go to Walmart, go to the tour truck, but debuting the NFT Garage, the Hot Wheels NFT Garage. If you don't know what NFT is, non-fungible tokens, it's art, it's so much. It's what's really cool about it. You're all collectors out there if you're watching this. So let's educate you on the debut. The Hot Wheels NFT Garage continues to grow as we gear up to release Series 1 with 40, that's right, 40 NFT Hot Wheels designs for fans and collectors alike on November 16th. Not only do these new NFTs innovate automotive design, but they're also redeemable for physical diecasts. It's no doubt these NFTs are the newest way for collectors to gather the coolest and most valuable Hot Wheels designs. The NFT collections are available in deluxe 10-card packs for $35 and standard 4-card packs for $15. Making it easy for fans all over the world to participate in this new wave of collecting. Come on, just check out these wild designs. They're epic. My favorite has to be the Bone Shaker, of course. Look at that thing. Absolutely awesome. So where can you pick up your Series 1 collection? Well, Hot Wheels partnered with Wax, the worldwide asset exchange, an energy-efficient, certified carbon-neutral NFT blockchain, providing the safest and most convenient way to create, buy, sell, and trade both virtual and physical items to anyone, anywhere in the world. So get ready to purchase your new NFTs now by heading over to wallet.wax.io to set up your Wax blockchain wallet. And if you want to learn more about these NFTs and the environment, go on to on.wax.io/CO2. Again, on November 13th, during our Hot Wheels Legends Global Finale, we will be launching our first promo packs. Then on November 16th, the Hot Wheels NFT Garage Series 1 cards will go live for purchase at hwnftgarage.io. A lot of information to take in there, but again, with the progression of technology, collectability, everything out there, Hot Wheels NFT Garage, absolutely a great addition to the Hot Wheels family and the brand and collectibilities. All right, if you're just tuning in now, you are watching our View from Home, the Hot Wheels Legends Tour North American semifinal. As our media partner CarCast, special thanks to our sponsor Walmart. You, the fan, submitted your vehicles over this year. Our judges have selected 8, and you selected with your Mobil 1 fan votes. So we have 9 finalists. Only 5 will make it to the grand finale in November for a chance to have their car immortalized as a 164th Hot Wheels Diecast vehicle. We just finishing 3 of the finalists up until this point, and we'll be moving on with our Hot Wheels collection. Featured submissions 4 through 6. A look into the Garage of Legends. Featured submissions 7 through 9. Our Legends Tour finals recap. We'll have a Diecast giveaway. Well, I won't be. Colette will be. Again, she is a busy gal. She's watching what you're doing online. So chime in, see what's going on. I mean, we've only seen 3 vehicles of the 9, but again, and then we'll finally find out who wins here of this North American semifinal. All right, so I think it's time to do a giveaway, right? Colette, are you there?
It is. It is time to do our first giveaway. We will have a few throughout tonight's show, and now it's time for the first one. Also, before I get into that, I just want to remind you guys that I'm live in the chat here. So throughout tonight's entire show, we want to know which builds do you love, which builds do you maybe hate, not love so much. Let us know, and I'm going to be in the chat with you. And make sure to even win this potential giveaway coming up, make sure you answer my question in the chat that is on the Hot Wheels Facebook page. All right, so here it is, our very first giveaway. And I'm going to be doing a giveaway that is an entire Hot Wheels collection. All right, so not one, but a full collection. And all you have to do is answer my question on the live stream on the Hot Wheels Facebook page. And my question is, what real car out there is legendary to you? So what car in the real world is a legend to you? So are you a fan of older generation Evos? Do you like the S14, S15, maybe an RX-7 FD? We want to know. Answer the question in the chat right now. I'll keep an eye on the chat, and then we'll pick a winner from the next.
That's tough. I mean, that's awesome. Yeah, Colette, I mean, that's really tough to say what vehicle is legendary. Just one, but guess what? Again, you talk about winning the collection, so let's talk about that collection. Every episode, we feature a Hot Wheels collection, and you could win this very one. It's a unique presentation of the car culture. This time, we are featuring the Car Culture Team Transport Collection. This is one of the collector's favorites, 4 diecast and 4 one-of-a-kind transporters paired with each unique vehicle. So we have up first, bam! Look at that. You got the Fierce E46, got the Eibach livery on there, and then you got it right there on the back, the Team Transport. So it's in cool red and white with that aero lift. Let's see if we can focus in on that thing. But again, it's always cool to have the truck and the trailer. And there it is. So there is the E46. Moving on next, we have right there the SRT Dodge Challenger Demon in cool blue paired with the retro rig. You can see the retro front end on it, so very cool. And then up next, look like the Hoonigans are jumping in here. You got the cool Baja Bug, and then you have the Horizon Hauler. So cool old school pairing there. So we're kind of getting older and older right here. We got the modern E46, moving on the Demon, the Baja Bug, and then finally the 32 Ford with the classic hauler there as well, what they call Speedway. So the 32 Ford with the Speedways Team Transport Hauler. So very cool, and this is what up is for grabs. So again, you go to walmart.com for all of these incredible collection pieces. So Colette, I assume you're getting some answers there, and you got some legendary vehicles that are being rung up. And again, this Team Transport is up for grabs. All 4 of them. Do you have you got a cool answer up there?
I do. Man, we have so many good answers. We got a first-gen Acura NSX. I saw a Lamborghini Countach as well, but I think our team selected our winner, and our winner is James Jackson with the 67 Corvette.
Classic. Absolutely. All right, Double J, there you go. Congratulations. You win the Team Transport Collection. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. And thank you, Colette, as we're getting closer and closer to Christmas every day. But I feel like, sometimes the Christmas stuff shows up a little bit too early. It's not even Halloween. It's not even Thanksgiving. You see the Christmas trees pop up. But I appreciate it there, Mrs. Claus. All right, moving on to our next submissions. We talked about 9 vehicles. Here are 4 through 6. So this is our winner in Miami, where we had a physical event. And this is a 1929 Ford Model A. It's on the ground, the oversized white walls. Really nice paint job overall. And what I think is interesting, this vehicle won in Miami. And I think that speaks volumes, but I'll let our judges kind of elaborate on it. Matt, what do you make of the 1929 Ford Model A Miami winner?
So this is a, this is a really well built car. He did such a great job on the stance of this thing, along with the red wire wheels with the white walls, and a good color choice as well. So it's very cool. It's got some traditional elements into it. So I'm not exactly sure it's going to get the highest points in far as creativity, but the build quality and the thought process behind this is fantastic. Yeah,
and I think, again, I brought up the kind of Miami, this vehicle winning there. Miami's known for, exotic, supercars. You kind of have more flashier things. I think the juxtaposition of this vehicle being in Miami, I really think that's why it raised some interest and piqued some eyebrows, right? So I think it's really cool. Going to Sunny, as far as, you're in the building, Mattel, Hot Wheels. I mean, what's going through your head looking at this Model A?
Yeah, I can echo what Matt said about the execution. It's beautiful, so well built. It does tick the boxes. But as he said, the creativity one, maybe not so much. It's definitely a Hot Wheels, the authenticity. But the fact that it looks like it should be a Hot Wheels, in a strange way, that might be its only problem, because there's kind of this formula to making these hot rods that we've seen so many times with the chopped roof, and we've made so many of these Hot Wheels already. So it's kind of like we're sort of beating a dead horse here. But having said that, the builder here is beating it. He's beating that horse really well.
Oh God! Okay, we got to move on, Sonny. There are plenty of horses killed in the making of this vehicle. We're talking about horsepower that you can see. Adam, going to you. What do you think, Sonny? I'm joking, Adam.
Yeah, I agree with my colleagues. It's obviously very well executed. The question is, unlike the Daytona we just saw, have we seen it before? And I think the answer is we've all seen a version of this car, even if it wasn't this exact car. I did think about the interior, that he picked a beige leather interior, a tan leather seat and door panel. I feel like I would have grabbed some of the red that was on the outside of the car, some of the red that was on the rims of the car, which is pretty dynamic, and bring it inside of the car. I think that would have made a more dynamic statement.
All right. Well, again, I like it. It's clean. This is a vehicle that I'd love to just drive around. Regardless, it's a really well executed build. But like you said, everybody's kind of sentiments here is that we've seen this. I've seen this movie before, seen iterations that are kind of in the same wheelhouse. We're looking for that X factor. Not me. I'm not a judge. So pressure's all on you guys and gals. So again, throughout the entirety of the season. So again, great build. Not trying to, beat anybody down. Obviously, Sonny's trying to, I don't know what he's got against horses, but we'll just move on. I'm joking. All right.
Really nicely done.
I know. All right, here we go. Moving on to Detroit. Now, talk about juxtaposition. Detroit Motor City, right? And the home of, obviously, the blue oval, the bow tie, all of that. And an Opel, a 1975 Opel Manta gets the win here. Great looking car. It has those kind of Celica, Carolla kind of lines. It has, it's like a shrunken down baby Camaro. Colette, I got to go to you. You have created the smile meter over the last couple years. Does this car bring a smile to your face? Authenticity, creativity, garage spirit.
I knew you were going to pick me, and I just don't have anything amazing to say. And I don't know. It just doesn't scream at me like being very unique or different. I think Shrunk Down is just gonna look like a car on the more basic side. Maybe go over to the Hot Wheels team for that, but this was one of my least favorites. And I don't like saying that.
I appreciate your honesty, though. I think that's what we're trying to, again, we have to, I mean, you're
There's
seeing.
later rounds. I know we have to be a little more harsh, and I just think at this point in the competition and the tour, like, we just have to have that wow factor. And to me, it just wasn't there. Obviously, executed very well, beautiful build, but I just think for this competition, it just doesn't check all the boxes.
I appreciate your honesty, and again, it is very difficult, so I do not envy you. Kevin, going to you. No pressure, buddy. Kevin, what are your thoughts about this Opel Manta? Again, I don't think I've ever seen one in person, so it's really cool to see it.
You and me both. I had to Google this car when I first saw it. So I think Colette hit it right on the head on this one. When you scale it down to 1/64 scale, can you really tell it's an Opel? I mean, unless you know Opel really well and you know the brand really well, it's hard for a common person to know what this car is. But the build itself, oh yeah, it's absolutely clean. It's absolutely done well, and it's super nice for the age of the car. Like, look how clean it is. I could definitely appreciate the level of maintenance and kind of the work that's been put into this car.
Yeah.
But again, when you scale it down to a smaller scale, for a common customer, would they know that it's an Opel?
Yep. Yeah. And again, I just like that an Opel won in Detroit. I think that's just kind of funny.
Well, and like last year on the tour, we had an Opel, I think, win a round as well, but it was wide bodied. It had a nice patina on it. It was a track car. Like it aesthetically stood out, I think, a little bit more. And to me, this one just is missing that, like, at least aesthetic part of it.
Absolutely. I appreciate it. So again, thank you, Kevin, and obviously Colette. And I saved this one. The first person that's going to talk about our next vehicle here is going to be Adam. And I want to see, again, this gentleman, he owns plenty of Nissans and Datsuns, but I don't think he's ever seen a vehicle like this. Yeah. That's it's not even an exoskeleton. It's just an exposed skeleton. It doesn't have flesh on top of it. Even the headlights have a skeletal system here. The 2003 Nissan 350Z. This won the Speed Society stop. And this vehicle, I know, was crashed, but then brought back to life. A female owns this vehicle. She put this thing through the ringer, built something unique that nobody's ever seen before. Structurally, it looks sound. Again, it looks more like a trophy truck, something out of a cyborg movie. So like I said, I got to go to Adam. You own Nissans, you own Datsuns. What do you make of this Nissan 350Z?
Well, yeah, I'm a big Datsun guy. I have a 370Z, a BRE Tribute version of that car. I have some actual BRE Datsuns, some 510s and some 2000 Roadsters, and I've raced, quite a few 510s and Z cars over my vintage career. So I just love it. I'm not in love with the out of the factory shape of the 350Z. I just think it's a little plain Jane, not very dramatic, but obviously this isn't that. This is something we haven't seen before. The Opel, as much as I like that sort of B sedan race look, it just pretty much looks like somebody slapped some wheels and some gauge cluster on a stock car and maybe gave it a flair. This is not that at all. This is dramatic. It's innovative, and I like this one a lot.
I love it. Look at that. Getting a little vote of confidence. And like you said, I love you building your accolades. Look, I've raced them. I own them. I know the history. And I love this. So the owner's got to be really proud there. And again, just ripping it across the Golden Gate Bridge. How rad is that?
I love this one. Like, I know I just talked, but I will say it's one of my favorite. I love it. It's so cool. When I saw on paper 2003 Nissan 350Z, I was like, oh, great. Like, we see them everywhere in drifting. It's like the go-to drift platform. And I was like, what can someone do to make me like this car? And I saw this one and fell in love. It's so wild. I love the wide body in the back and the addition of the lights. Now, I wish, I usually don't go for black cars. I love, neon and bright colors, but this is so cool and so unique. Big fan.
And that could easily be changed. I mean, we've seen the 2-Jet Z or the Nash Metropolitan with different decals. Matt, I'm seeing a smile on your face. Is that smile awkward smile, nervous, or are you I like this thing?
So I like it because I kind of agree with Adam. I was never really a big fan of the 350Z, but then somebody turned it into the bad guy car in a really cool action movie, right? One of the things we struggle with when we're picking a Hot Wheels car is there's so many cool pieces to a car that's hidden under the skin of the car. And this is a chance for it to be shown because the whole rear is an exoskeleton. So the question is, can it be turned into a Hot Wheels car? Because it would be a fun toy to play with.
Yeah, and that boom. Hey, Matt, I know you're a host, so why are you stealing my job here, okay? You already got 80 million podcasts and jobs, so don't steal mine. This is the only one I got. I'm joking. So right over to Kevin. Can it be done? Can it be executed? Because I would love to see this thing roll around with that exoskeleton.
Yeah, I think there's ways to do it and execute it so it looks like a cage. And I agree with all the judges' comments. It does bring the 350 to another level that we haven't seen before. I especially like the fact that the cage in the rear kind of completes the silhouette of the car form from the original form, which is really nice. I think it kept the essence of the 350Z without being like a literal like a body kit slap onto it. So which is a great interpretation of what that car is in their own kind of way, which is really nice.
Yeah, you can see that back tube. They obviously have the oversized GT, wing on the back. But look at that. Without the wing, it has that kind of upper duckbill on the trunk.
Yeah, that little spoiler in the back is great.
Yeah, it's sick. I love it. And I think this is really cool. There's so much opportunity to do with this vehicle, as far as deco, maybe, when you go to 164, anodizing the cage. So cool. So, Colette, we could maybe tick your box as far as doing some wild neon.
We can do a hot pink cage in the back with a contrasting color in the front. I think there's so much opportunities to make a very contrasting car out of it.
I love it. And again, just parking it right there at the Golden Gate Bridge and just getting the nose wet there. Cool little touch there. So very cool car. We've seen 6 vehicles now in total so far. 9 in its entirety is what we're going to see, but only 5 can move on. So Hot Wheels not only has a history of great diecast vehicles, they've also turned some of their designs into 1-to-1 scale, right? So here's a look into their brand new Garage of Legends.
Hey, how's it going? I'm Brian Benedict. I am the design director for Hot Wheels and Matchbox diecast vehicles. And with me is
Brendan Vitoski. I'm the lead designer for Hot Wheels Redline Club vehicles and Monster Trucks diecast. As you know, our job is to design the world's best 1/64th diecast vehicles.
Not only are we involved in developing the 1/64 scale vehicles, but we directly oversee the 1-to-1 builds as well. So we'd love to show you what we've got in the garage. All right, let's take a look.
Let's take a look.
Welcome to our Hot Wheels garage, where our full-size 1-to-1 Hot Wheels cars are housed in a top secret location in El Segundo, California.
What's really cool about these, they add authenticity to our brand. Any toy company can make a diecast toy car, but only Hot Wheels makes diecast toy cars that perform at 1/64th scale as well as 1-to-1 scale. So all of these cars, they're built to run, and many of them have set world records too.
I think what makes a Hot Wheels car a Hot Wheels car, there's a certain sense of exaggeration and drama to our designs, right? Everything's got to be a little bit more amped up, and especially when you think about these cars are, the scale at 1/64th, and then it's especially cool when you see that blown up to full size, and you get this really, really dramatic statement like some of the cars you see here.
So that was a sneak peek into our Hot Wheels Garage of Legends. We hope you enjoyed your time here. We did too.
Yeah, and not every car in our Hot Wheels Garage of Legends is here today, so we look forward to showing you some more next time.
So thanks again for joining us. Best of luck to everyone in the Hot Wheels Legends event. We'll see you soon.
The Garage of Legends, and here it is. Absolutely awesome to be here. So thank you to Hot Wheels for I love just the imagination every day. There's so many, again, producing so many vehicles over the 50+ years of this iconic brand that is Hot Wheels. So Colette, speaking of Hot Wheels, again, the gift that keeps on giving, I believe you got some more giveaways?
I do. It is time for our second giveaway. Now this time, one lucky fan is going to get an exclusive 1983 Chevy Silverado. So I'm going to ask you a question. I'll keep an eye on the chat and then I'll pick a winner. All right, so our question is, what is your favorite type of vehicle? Do you like trucks? Do you like supercars? Do you like more of the off-road stuff? We want to know what your absolute favorite is. So make sure you are commenting your answer on the Legends live stream on the Hot Wheels Facebook. So let us know what your favorite is in the comments right now. And I will be picking one of you randomly to win a Hot Wheels exclusive 1983 Chevy Silverado. I think, Jared, do you have one to show us?
There it is. There's the 83 Chevy Silverado. I know this is always coveted, and you go to walmart.com/Hot Wheels, and you go to the tour truck. But guess what? Colette's just going to stoke you out right now. So again, what is your favorite type of vehicle? Truck, off-road. What are you into? Let us know. Let Colette know, and she has that Midas touch that will turn your answer into an 83 Chevy Silverado. All right, we've seen 6 vehicles, 3 more left to scrutinize. You guys ready? You guys and gal ready? Matt, Adam, Sonny?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. And here we go with our 2007 So Sick C6 Corvette. This is our Houston winner. Now, again, you got to think about Riley Stair's vehicle, who won the overall thing. All white. I think it really showcases the lines. Looking at this vehicle, you can tell it has those Corvette kind of flair. But overall, I've never seen anything like this. I guess I gotta go to Adam out of the gate, because both you and Matt have seen so many different vehicles. Have you ever seen anything like this, Adam?
No, I'm not a huge Corvette guy in general. Split windows, pretty cool, and the new one with the obviously mid-mount engine, that's pretty cool. But I've never seen one like this, and it really has a lot of Ferrari overtones. It feels to me like it's got a big V12 up front versus a V8. I like this car. I feel like Corvettes sometimes are like Panteras. People get hold of them, they go nuts, and it kind of gets worse. It's like a diminishing returns thing. But this one, they went crazy, but crazy like a Fox.
Okay. Yeah, it's not a Fox body. I said C6, but I'm seeing their sick C7 is what it's called. I'm going to throw it to a designer, and then I'm going to go back to Matt. So Matt, save up all your critiques here, because I'm going to go to Sonny. What are your thoughts of the So Sick? Like I said, it says C7 there, but Sonny, your thoughts?
Yeah, it says C7. I was pretty sure it was a C6, but whatever the case. It's really cool to see like a modern car on here. We've seen a lot of the older classic cars on here redone, so it's nice to see something newer, and it's definitely something that's special. It's unique. I know that, like, from the story of this car, it's probably not going to score that high on the sort of garage spirit front, so I don't know how high it'll rank, but it's definitely unique. So nice to see.
Yeah, because from what I understand, working with a designer, this is, I believe, one of 2 in the world, which is really cool. It's kind of a modular type setup, which I like. Again, the lines are very unique. Matt, going to you. You love seeing titanium and more horsepower at back. But what do you think, Matt?
So when I first saw this car, my thought was, this car kind of wins the award in my mind for the most artistic. This is a beautiful piece that you'd want to see in a Peterson museum one day, or on the floor of a really cool car show. But I also, right when I saw it, I kind of questioned, without even reading the story or hearing about it, I questioned how garage built it was. So my immediate reaction was maybe not a lot of points being scored for the garage built portion of it, but certainly from an artistic standpoint, it's good. Not everybody can be an incredible welder and fabricator, and not everybody can be a really, really good designer. And this takes a high-ranking design award in my mind.
I like it. That's giving respect where respect is due. But as far as what the criteria, Colette, I'm seeing you shake your head.
Yeah, I agree with all that. I think I love to see a unique body, a fully custom body that is, like you mentioned, a piece of art. Garage spirit, probably not the highest points, but it's just beautifully executed. And I'm a big Corvette girl now too. With my C6, I'm drifting, and this one definitely makes me want to look twice to just look at all the different details. And it does scream at you being an all-white car, so you can really appreciate that its attention that it's grabbing you is from the actual work and customization with the original body. So I like it. I don't think it has enough to be a unique Hot Wheels diecast, but it's great for sure.
And I love your C6, Colette. I saw you put up a post earlier on IG today, and you got this kind of JDM livery on a C6. I know you like the Barbie, you like the pink, you like the neon, and I love you put your little Colette fingerprint on your C6. Absolutely awesome.
I try.
All right, let's move on to our next vehicle here. And this car won in El Segundo. And this is the first time I actually got to go to the Hot Wheels headquarters, but it was really cool to be there. We did have it in person. It was kind of a limited invite, but this vehicle, this is 1974. They call this the Glass House. Now, this vehicle, what's really cool is I think all the judges, I actually had the pleasure of being a judge amongst many other talented, Miss Amelia, Esteban Oriol, Johnny Lieberman. It was really cool to be with them, Brian Benedict as well. This thing screams Southern California. I mean, they drove it there. Their whole club was there, and this thing just stood out. I'm going to go to Kevin, Hot Wheels designer. The deco, it can be done. That's what I love about this. We've seen, celebrating, it was Hispanic month, I believe this month, and we've seen deco be created in this lowrider flair. What do you think of this vehicle, and does this tick all the boxes? Authenticity, great creativity, garage spirit.
I mean, for sure, creativity. I mean, the paint job alone just says it all. I think the intricacy of the paint job itself, it's so much detail in it. Like, I almost feel bad, like, if we do it in 164, we can't even deliver that level of detail, even if we tried, and I feel bad about that. But again, creativity-wise, I think it's definitely on top level for sure. The stance is great. Like you said, it's very California-esque, which is nice. A lot of chrome. It's a lot different. It definitely stands out in the crowd because the paint job, the stance, and even the size of the vehicle itself. Like, it does have a presence in the crowd.
Big Javi was the owner of this vehicle, and Adam, you kind of have a straight face on this. Are you into the Lolos, or you kind of no on the Lolos?
Well, I like all cars. Like, people say they love all children, but some of them are a pain in the ass. No, my thing about it, first off, I like modifying cars so they go faster, not modifying cars so they go slower. So just like a general principle. But I'm from SoCal, and I've seen a lot of really killer lowrider cars, and this is one of them. But I don't feel like that makes it a Hot Wheel car. I think it makes it a really cool lowrider, and it has sort of a category, which is lowrider. And if you entered it, if we were doing a lowrider competition right now, I would definitely go, that car may be my number one lowrider car. But I don't think it brings enough kind of bespoke, interesting one-off. It's just a really good version of something we've seen before.
I like that. And I got to stop you there, Adam. Who mixes orange and purple and red and looks decent next to each other? I mean, right there,
Yeah.
That gets bonus points, right?
You got to be a summer to pull that off.
I'm definitely a fall. I'm definitely, yeah. So Colette, I mean, I know you're always about colors, and obviously you love driving, you love ripping around. Are you a fan of the lowriders? I know you got some fans chiming in right now. What's your favorite car? I mean, would you drive this thing? I'd love to see you ripping this thing down, Mulholland or something.
So lowriders definitely aren't usually my thing, but for this one, I definitely took a double take. I mean, I love the candy, I love the pearl, and the interior as well is just beautiful. Like, the whole car is executed really well. It has no door hinges. I think that might be a normal lowrider thing, where there's no door handle. On the outside. So I just think it looks very, very clean. Now, shrunken down, and being that there's a lot of lowriders within Hot Wheels, is it unique enough to stand out? Has it been done too many times in Hot Wheels? I'm not sure.
Yeah, and these are things. What I really like is just the absolute, difference of all the vehicles we've seen. Like, again, that the Superbird to the lowrider to this C7 Corvette. The variety is all there. Matt, what do you think of the lowrider here?
There's a lowrider club in my neighborhood, and I'm always so impressed with the amount of detail and the amount of work that are into these cars. And the paint on this especially is fantastic. I think it would be really tough to reproduce as a Hot Wheels car. But for me, at the end of the day, this is the semifinals. This is a really big event. It's got to be the best of the best. And I kind of feel like we've seen this as a Hot Wheels car before.
All right, I like it. Just clean, cut, and dry. Big Javi. Look out behind you, Matt. It's Big Javi. He's right behind you. I'm joking. He owns the car. All right. Well, I believe we said enough about the Glass House. Again, awesome vehicle. I actually chose this vehicle as I was a judge there, El Segundo. So obviously, I'm kind kind of more likely to lean that way, but I'm not a judge. All right, last and definitely not least, it's our 9th vehicle, and it is a 911. This thing is really cool. I saw this vehicle debuted at Battle of the Builders at the SEMA show, which is actually next week, a couple years ago, and got to meet the owner of this vehicle. And this is the second time this thing has been in the Hot Wheels Legend. It obviously did not win, but you can enter, right? So, and you, the fans, actually chose this because we took all of the Mobil 1 fan favorites, put them on Instagram, and had a bracket battle off, and you guys and gals chose this. So this is our 911 Baja 911, and right out of the gate, I'm going to go to you, Adam. Have you seen this vehicle in person and up close, and how functional this vehicle is? I think is really cool, and videos of it. Have you seen this vehicle up close, and what do you think of the 911?
Yeah, the build, the craftsmanship, it's very, very German. It's almost Singer-esque in its execution. It's got a real Paris to Dakar 959 kind of look. I love Porsches. I love the build on this car. This is amazing. And, we talk about jumping in the lowrider and going up and down Mulholland. I would say good luck.
I know.
Jump in that lowrider, that Impala, go up and down Mulholland. But this you could take out to Willow Springs and not just stay off the asphalt. You could literally just go where I usually drive at Willow Springs on the dirt and just follow the track. If you really picture Willow Springs, it'd be great just to go down there and just be about 10 foot off the side of the track all the way around, and until you hit the front straight, and then you got to move to the inside because you're going to hit a pit wall.
Yeah, I mean, you can cut the corners on this vehicle. That's what's awesome. And we're talking about, just not hitting the apex, just absolutely blasting over it, jumping over your competitors. That's what's really cool about this vehicle. So, Sonny, what do you think of the Baja 911?
Yeah, I'm really partial to this car, and so I know that like a lot of us people have seen like a rally style 911 before. So pictures really don't do this thing justice when you see it, that small. But I got to see this in person, and that's where you really see how gnarly this thing is. It's just how much was done to it. It's unbelievable. Underneath that body kit, it's like it's a monster under there. The size of the tires, the suspension, even the details in it that you can't really see in these shots. Like there's a cooler intake that's molded into the rear window, which is really cool. A lot of subtle details that you only really see when you're up close in person. So I know that might be challenging for this to translate into a toy-sized car, 64 scale, but yeah, you pull it off.
So,
hey, Jared.
Yes, sir.
Jared, I was thinking, to your point with the Apex, if you took this thing up to Laguna Seca, you could go full Alex Zanardi on the corkscrew, right? Like you could just straighten that corkscrew right out at Laguna Seca, and it just would be an awesome, on track, off track experience.
It might be the first and last time a vehicle jumps the corkscrew, and like you said, just straightens it out. I mean, do they stop in the middle and Waylon Jennings pops in and says, "Well, this Baja 911 is going to see better days." And again,
I'll put on my Daisy Dukes.
Exactly. The functionality is what gets me. I mean, function equals fashion in my eyes. And Colette, I see you shaking your head. And like I said, I know you're a racer. You like the aesthetic. But I always call it sponsor me white. And you got to think back. Riley Stair, his vehicle, all white. We go for these vehicles that showcase the lines, right? And we saw that C7
more impressive to me. Like the fact that it stands out so much and it doesn't need, neon colors or crazy livery. And coming from
did you say it doesn't need neon colors? Who are you?
My name is like the Neon Princess, as I just put neon on like everything, and I'm just looking at this car in awe. And I think, like Adam said, it's very Singer-esque. And the Safari off-road style is done so much on 911s, but he took that and made it its own. It's like it's next level, and the body, just the actual functionality of it too. Like I haven't even seen this car in person, and that's all I want to do. And I also want to drive it. So where can I sign up? It's so cool, and it sounds amazing. And I know the owner himself was just so heavily involved with transforming this car. It sounds like he was involved in every part of the process through a bunch of trial and error. So I love it. I love red colors, and I have white cars and a black 350Z in my.
Well, guess what,
top.
Colette? It's for sale. So it's actually for sale. So you get to actually buy this car. Matt, do you love, like, loathe? What's your take on this?
I love this car, and even in watching in the video, you don't even get to see how well he did the interior as well. It's minimalistic, but the right pieces covered in leather or carbon fiber. This car through and through is absolutely fantastic. And what does it for me on this car is, as much as I want to drive the real car, I want to play with the Hot Wheels toy version of this.
That's what very well said, and kind of wrapping it up. And I think I talked to everybody but Kevin. So Kevin, I feel bad if I leave you out. Kevin, go ahead. Go, Kevin Cow.
Oh, can I be the bad guy and just say I don't like it? No, I'm just
sure.
No, I
You'd
think
be lying.
I would be lying, but I do think that the Porsche and Porsches in general, they're very popular these days. So it is a little too common for me because it's a Porsche. But to the owner's perspective, like, it has all the key elements. It has the rally element. It has the racing element. It has the off-road element. I love the whale tail spoiler in the back of it. It adds a lot of the cool details that makes it unique, and that's what I love about this car. Like, it hits all the cool stuff on all the Porsches that you will want on a Porsche. So that's why I like it. But again, still a Porsche. It's a
Kevin, has Hot Wheels done a Baja 911 yet?
We have done it in Matchbox. So there is a Baja version. I believe there's a Hot Wheels version 2 of Baja, but not to this level. I mean, this is a Baja plus a racing aspect plus the classic Porsche level details, which I love, that it has all these cool elements that we always like in Porsches, and he just combined it into a one build, which is awesome.
Yep. It's kind of like the Olympic trials, or scrutineering, right? When a vehicle wins, they go through scrutineering. But this is the Baja Porsche, the Safari look. When they run this through scrutineering, they might test it for doping because it's just a little more jacked, a little more juiced up than other Porsches and other Safari 911. So, just analogously speaking there. Love the car, want to drive. And again, it is for sale. So act now. All right, Colette, Colette and our judges, we've seen all 9 vehicles. You're doing your due diligence to find out who of the 9, 5, only 5 will move on. 4 will be sitting from the sidelines. There's no participation trophies. Only 5 will move on to the 10-car final grand finale. But Colette, go ahead, give away. We got the 83 Chevy Silverado. Who's got it? Who's going to win it?
Yes, so it is time to pick our winner. Again, the question was, what is your favorite type of vehicle? And our winner is Tony Rouse, and his answer was sport mini trucks. So congratulations, Tony. Look out for a message from one of our teams so you can receive your 83 Silverado diecast. And there will be one more giveaway at the end of the show, so be sure to stick around and stay active in the chat. Again, we want to know what you're thinking, what you love, what you hate throughout the entire show, and I'll be chatting with you guys there as well.
Awesome. Love it. Thank you so much, Colette. All right, so to catch you up, you are watching our View from Home Hot Wheels Legends Tour. This is our North American semifinal. We will have an international semifinal to find out the other 5 vehicles for a 10-car grand finale. Presented by Mobil 1, where your car can become a Hot Wheels diecast. So this is North American semifinals. Our media partner, CarCast. Special thanks to our sponsor, Walmart. You, the fans, submitted your vehicles for our judges and selected 8, and you also selected 1 from our Mobil 1 fan votes. Up next, from these 9 cars, we'll select only 5. Only 5 will make it to the grand finale in November. Also, our friends at Mobil 1 are giving you a chance to win a Chevy Silverado 1500 Custom Trail Boss. That's right. You could win a Chevy Trail Boss. Not a 64 size, but a 1-to-1. So no purchase necessary. So text WIN to 73876. Or click the link in the chat to enter your info. Again, head to legendstoursweeps.com. Legends, that's plural, toursweeps.com now. Or again, text WIN to 73876. All right, of course, it would not be a Hot Wheels Legends Tour without Walmart, our partner since the beginning of Legends Tour. And if you're watching in the U.S., head to walmart.com/Hot Wheels. There you're going to find all the Hot Wheels Legends goodies. And if you're in Canada, head to walmart.ca/Hot Wheels to build your own bundle with exclusive products. And remember, don't forget the Hot Wheels NFT Garage Series 1 drop. on November 13th, during our Hot Wheels Legends Global Grand Finale, we will be launching our first free promo packs. Then on November 16th, the Hot Wheels NFT Garage Series 1 cards will go live for purchase at HW, follow me, that's for Hot Wheels, NFT, for NFT, so hwnftgarage.io. So get ready to purchase your new NFTs. Go set up your Wax blockchain wallet at wallet.wax.io as soon as possible. Okay, as we continue moving on here, we'll eventually find out who gets the win, but 9 vehicles overall. The diversity, Adam, what did you make of the diversity of the vehicles? Again, you like your cars to go fast. You're more of a driver. You own a lot of Nissans and Dodge, but I really like the diversity. What are your thoughts?
Well, in general, I'm against diversity and inclusion, but when it comes to cars, I don't want to take a turn for the political, so let's just keep
please
moving
don't. Let's keep
forward
moving. Yeah.
But as it pertains to cars, I love the diversity of this. You know, there's a lot of car judging where you're sort of looking at all the, you know, post-war Ferraris, or, you know, you have the Italian concourse and you're all kind of looking at the same thing, or you know, American muscle, there's a bunch of Panteras and you have to pick the one you like the best and they all kind of look the same. I don't know if you can get more diverse than this. I mean, you think about that, just the Mercedes Gasser in there with the Paris to Dakar 911/959, and then you go with the Daytona Superbird. I mean, the lowrider, every food group is represented here today.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. I like the Gasser, and again, just overall. Colette, you've been my co-host through the Legends Tour, both last year and this year, and I know you've grown kind of your car collection from Audi R8, Corvette. I mean, you started with FC RX-7. You got them all. You're collecting full-size Hot Wheels, but it's awesome to see just this collection of vehicles, right?
The diversity is wild, and I think the type of builds, the levels, the different stories is one of my absolute favorite things about the Hot Wheels Legends Tour. And even as a builder and creator myself, it's opened my eyes up. Stuff that I would have never thought that I would have liked or like looked into that style of build before, I'm now looking at, I'm appreciating. I think it's just opened my eyes in so many different ways, and it's never easy having to pick finalists and ultimately winners, but my 3rd year, I think, doing this, even being around it, it's been such an awesome experience, and I'm excited to see who our top 5 are tonight.
Yep, that's right. So let's recap these vehicles that we've seen, these 9 vehicles. We kicked things off with that Mercedes-Benz and kind of all culminated with that Baja 911. But from the Gasser, the high class, saw that Lulu, I mean, a full one-of-one vehicle build. I love this thing, the scrap Tona, the big wing, the mismatching, the Model A in Miami. You got to love it. The execution. Is it enough? Does it have the X factor? The Opel in Detroit. I mean, the exoskeleton Nissan 350Z that everyone's kind of smitten about. The C7, the 6C, 6C, 6.5. I mean, I don't know what it is exactly, but the Glass House lowrider that won in El Segundo right here in California. And then everybody drooling over the 911. Great looking vehicle, the Baja 911. Does it have what it takes to win? Now remember, 9 vehicles. We only choose 5 to join the other 5 international semifinalist winners, and that will be our 10 vehicles that we'll see at our grand finale. If I will, please. And there it is. There it is. So here we go with our vehicles, and I will let you know. Make sure you can't see this. Okay. All right. Here we go. So I will rattle off the vehicles that won. So we'll start with 5th place and work our way up to the number 1 who got the most points. So again, each judge scrutinized in those 3 criteria: authenticity, creativity, and garage spirit. So if you don't hear a name called, unfortunately, you will not be joining us at the grand finale. But who is joining us? The top 5. And finishing 5th is the 1968 Mercedes-Benz 250S. So this was the Gasser type vehicle. Matt, did you think this vehicle would end up in the top 5? What are your thoughts?
I did. I absolutely thought it would. I thought the story behind this car was cool. The execution is fun. And it looks like it would be a great Hot Wheels car with the big blower sticking out. I don't know how you're going to make the little wood barrel in the front, but it's going to be fun to see.
Exactly. Yeah, let Kevin focus on that. Thank you, Kevin. You got that handle. No big deal.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
It's a must-have.
Yeah, it's no big deal. All right, so here we go. Moving on to who finished fourth. Finishing fourth is the 2003 Nissan 350Z, and this was the vehicle that has the half-tube chassis. Colette, I see you absolutely ecstatic about this vehicle, and I mean, this thing deserves to be in the mix, right?
It does. It's so unique. I'm a fan, and I didn't think I could want to turn my head twice at a 350Z that I've seen a million times, and this is just so unique. I love it.
Awesome. All right, so finishing third, moving on to our next vehicle. Again, you just want to be in the top 5 because you can't win in practice. You can't win in qualifying. You win in the finals. So getting into the finals, finishing third here at this North American semifinal stop is the 1969 Daytona Charger Super Bird, the Scrap-Tona. Adam, here it is, and it's in the mix. I think you were loving this thing. It looks fast. It looks like, it's held together by bubble gum and zip ties and duct tape. But overall, I think this screams Hot Wheels. What do you say?
I love this car. I love the shape. I love the patina. I love the creativity. I've never seen anything like it. And I love everything about this car, but I would not love living next door to whoever owns this car. That would be miserable.
Oh, there goes Todd. He's off to work again.
Yeah.
No, he woke the kid up again because he threw a couple of revs coming home after bowling.
Yeah, blip shifting this thing. And what's great about it, you could park it anywhere and not worry about door dings.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So congratulations to the Scrap-Tona, the Super Bird. And thank you again, Adam, for your insight here. All right. Now finishing second, again, top 5. Moving on to the finals is the 2020 Lulu. Again, a one-of-one vehicle. This gentleman, as Adam said, his wife might be a little upset at him. He's just working out in the garage, banging away on this thing. Again, it looks like the flying wing, but it's facing the other way. Kevin, I see you smiling here. I'd love to see the chrome finish. We talked about the cantilever suspension. So many details, and I think this is absolutely garage spirit to the max.
Oh yeah, there's no blueprint, there's no starting point. Start from scratch, broke through I think 7 drive shafts making this happen. So, and then the details and the craftsmanship on this is amazing.
Yeah, and Sonny, what do you think of the Lulu?
No, I didn't get to speak to this car earlier. I got to commend the builder on this. It's amazing, the fabrication, and I think this was built in New Mexico or somewhere, which is strangely appropriate considering how this looks like it was made from pieces off a military testing site or something. Like it just has that sort of sci-fi look. Yeah, and we were saying earlier, like, will it translate into 64th? It actually might, just because of that strange, simplistic shape of that almost aerofoil body. You never know; it could really work.
Yeah, I love it.
Worked great on track sets.
Yeah, exactly. That'll look really cool on track sets. All right, well, congratulations. And finally, number 1 overall. Again, just want to be in the top 5. Joining us in the finale. Again, top 5 vehicles. Moving on, being paired up with the international semifinal winners to create 10 for our grand finale in November. The winner is the 911 Baja, the Baja 911. Awesome car. I think we all agree that we love this thing. The sponsor me white, and I always just go back to the function, the fashion, the LEDs, the yellow tint, the dimple dye on the roll cage, and as Matt said, the interior. Step inside, it's really bespoke, really nice. Will that transition and transfer into 164th? The interior, not so much, but I think the bulging flares, the carbon fiber, vents on top of each arch, the roll cage, the bumper bar, the bash bar, and like we said, the suspension. Overall, I mean, even the roof scoop up top. Adam, again, I know you elaborate on this vehicle, but do you think this has what it takes to go and win the entire thing in November?
Yeah, I think that's the consensus. I think we all love this car. It's interesting, back to the sponsor me white. You see these cars, they're in the Martini livery. They have all the famous liveries of back in the day when you'd see these versions doing many of these, Paris to Dakar challenges and things like that. I think there's a real confidence. It's sort of like a beautiful woman in just a plain black cocktail dress. Like, you got to have the curves to pull it off, but this car has the curves to pull it off.
Yeah, I love this thing, and like I said, I saw it for the first time, debuted at the SEMA show a couple years ago when we were in person, met the owner. He's got, he's selling this thing because he wants to build a new garage in Arizona. He relocated to Arizona. He's got a baby, he's married, and he wants to build the second iteration of this. So I think that speaks to progression and what is out there. So overall, thank you to our judges. Matt, your closing thoughts here for joining us on these vehicles.
Well, I think all 5 were fantastic, and as I go through the list, the Daytona Superbird and the Porsche are definitely toys that I want to play with. But I'm glad that this top 5. I'm actually glad that this top 5 got the win here, but I'm also glad this is the semifinals because I don't envy Leno or whoever's going to be else involved with the next round on picking the finals. But I'm also curious to see who the international winners will be.
Yeah, and we've seen kind of just what's shaping up over there as far as international, but it's really cool. So thank you, of course, CarCast, Adam, Matt. But show's not over. Colette, again, you're giving some gifts, so go ahead and sprinkle with some more giveaways.
Yeah, well, first of all, congrats again to our 5 finalists. I just can't wait to see all the cars in the final round, and it's going to be very tough. Like, I'm just every round blown away with all the entries, and the final round is going to be difficult. So before the end of the show, though, we have one more giveaway as promised, and one lucky fan is going to get that exclusive 1983 Chevy Silverado. So all you have to do is tell me, what is your favorite car from the North America semifinal round today? So of our entire show, which build captured your heart? Which one was your all-time favorite? Let us know, and make sure you are commenting on the Legends live stream on the Hot Wheels Facebook page. So let us know in the Facebook comments right now, and I'll be picking one of you randomly to win a Hot Wheels exclusive 1983 Chevy Silverado. And Jared, do you have that diecast for them to look at?
I do have it. I do have it here. And that is it right there. And it's a good opportunity while those responses come in. I know they're coming in right now, but I got to ask Kevin and Sonny their thoughts on their responsibility, their opportunity to play. Obviously, judge and executioner here, who's going to move on. But do you think those are the top 5 vehicles there, Kevin?
I think it's a great selection of vehicles for sure. I think that's a good showcase of variety and different styles and taste. I wish they all would be winners. I would love to make all of them, to be honest.
Oh, you're too kind. Again, I feel you, and that's why I don't envy you guys being judges. And then Sonny, and then as I know, we'll ask Sonny here, and then Colette, I'll throw it back to you.
It was great this is my first time actually getting to do this live stream, so it's been fun. Awesome variety of cars. Like, we had so much variety. We didn't even have a truck or an SUV, but we still had this vast, array of different styles of cars. I think the 5 that were chosen, it's perfect. Those are the best. So it's going to be horribly difficult for whoever has to judge the next round, but fun for us. So
yeah, exactly. Makes your job easy. Sonny, you could just kick back because these designers are just doing your work for you. So yeah, again, Kevin, you're fired. Sonny, you're out. Sorry, I'm joking. I'm joking. This is the trophy right here. You can see Twin Mill Hot Wheels Legends Tour presented by Mobil 1. Thank you to Walmart. Thank you to all our sponsors. And Colette, you got some responses there?
We do. We have our winner. So our winner for our last giveaway this evening is Sam Morris, and his favorite build from tonight was the Porsche 911 Baja build, which was the overall winner for this evening as well. So congratulations again to Sam. You are getting an exclusive Silverado diecast.
Awesome. Well, thank you. And again, there it is, that 83 Chevy Silverado, the Garage of Legends here behind me. You can see, again, talking about Diora, Twin Mill over here, and just so much history here with Hot Wheels. So thank you so much to our judges. Adam, Matt, thank you guys. CarCast.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Sonny. And of course, thank you, Colette. Thank you so much for joining us, of course. So thank you. All right, so thanks for taking the time out to tune in today, and to all the builders for submitting their incredible vehicles. And of course, head to Hot Wheels Official on IG and on Facebook to learn more. So we'll be here next week, so tune in. Go to Hot Wheels Official on Instagram for all the updates. Again, thank you, Adam. Thank you, Matt, Colette, of course, Kevin, and Sonny. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hot Wheels Legends Tour, North American semifinals. That's a wrap. Question is, who's moving on from international? That will be our next stop next week. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Jared D'Andria. Send it.